A couple, 2-3 days ago, I put a video out called The Rise and Fall of Naples, Florida. And many of you felt some kind of way. You either totally agreed with me or you totally disagreed with me. There was really almost no one out there saying something kind of right in the middle. Either people thought, yeah, you're right, or you have no idea what you're talking about, Barrett. So what I want to talk to you about today, I want to kind of go a little bit further than I did on that video. So that video, and let me just tell you, on this channel, I don't give you the brochure living. I don't. I give you real life off brochure living because anybody will tell you the good things about Florida. You can find that anywhere. I am going to make the assumption that if you're interested in buying something in Florida, then you already have sold yourself on the lifestyle. So I don't spend time talking about the sunshine and the palm trees and the beach and the golfing. I don't do that because you already know that. What I'm attempting to do here on Connect to Florida is balance it out because life is about the good and bad. You know what I mean? You can't have the light without the darkness. So you have to balance things out. Otherwise, you could make a bad financial decision, and I don't want anybody doing that on my watch. So in today's video, we're going to be going a little bit further than I went on that video. And what I want to talk to you about, really, the people who disagreed with me. What I want to do is explain to you why telling yourself alternative facts is not a great idea in the financial realm of your life. It just isn't. So I want to explain a little bit of what I'm seeing because that video was truly all about stats and factual data. So again, you can disagree with me in an opinion, but facts are facts. The number of homes that are on the market, it is what it is. Is that changing? Yes. Is it getting worse? Yes. So percentages, those are facts. You know, you calculate them and they are what they are. So there really is no reason to get mad about that or to lie to yourself about that and say it's better than it is. Because if you're looking to buy or sell, that's going to affect you financially. And like I said, I don't want that happening to anybody on my watch. So, all right, before we jump into this, let me introduce myself. My name is Barrett Pastor, and I've been a real estate broker for 27 years. So hopefully I'm coming to you from a place of knowledge and experience, and I can help you navigate all things Florida real estate. And listen, I am considering, I think I've mentioned this to you on this channel before, but I also am licensed in Missouri. So the ironic thing about Missouri is there's parts of St. Louis that are the most affordable areas to live in the country, in terms of not just price of your home, not just what you can get in a home, but also safety, things to do. You know, I know a lot of people look at St. Louis as the murder capital of the world, you know, and St. Louis City is the murder capital of the world, I think. I think they could be second now, but there's a big difference between county and city. So anyway, all of that said, I might do a new playlist, or maybe even a different channel, who knows, and talk about that as well, because there is some interesting things going on in that area as well. And lastly, the other thing I want to tell you, and I'm speaking to the people, I get a ton of emails from agents asking a lot of questions, and I want to let you know that if you want to work with me, if you want, you know, I do, some of you may or may not know that I have a referral group called Propel Referral. So if you're an agent anywhere in the country and you want to discuss that, send me an email and I'm happy to talk to you about it. So now that we have all that housekeeping out of the way, let's talk about Naples, Florida, and what I meant when I told you when you buy is so massively important. So this is the big thing that I want to say to you. Do not get caught in the free fall. So people were arguing with me that this is not the worst market we've ever seen. I am not talking about prices. So obviously, if you go back to 1972, the prices are lower. Can we all agree on that? What I'm saying is, especially specific to Naples, Florida, if you look at that as a whole, and I say this on my channel all the time, and you should know this if you're considering buying or selling in Naples. Naples has to be looked at and evaluated, whether it's on the buy or the sell side, on a micro level. What do I mean by that? I mean you have to get all the way down to neighborhood. So you can't say North Naples, East Naples, Central Naples, Downtown Naples. Yes, those are good quadrants on a macro level, but if you're looking at buying or selling, you have to look at that on a micro level. So in other words, I've used this example before, Naples Park. So that's a little community, not tiny, but it's a little community in North Naples. It is not gated. It's close to Vanderbilt Beach. The closer you are to Vanderbilt Beach, the higher the prices are. So Naples Park as a whole has taken a massive hit in terms of percentage as a whole of what the homes are doing in terms of decline. But if you push that up towards the section that's walkable, easily walkable, couple, 2-3 blocks to the beach, that section is not hit nearly as hard. So that is one community looked at as a macro level and a micro level. Does that make sense? So what I'm saying to you is, as you target Naples, if you love Naples and you are not about to give up the dream of Naples, then you have to work with an agent that's going to look at it that way. Another example would be Pelican Bay. Pelican Bay is huge. Some of Pelican Bay is seeing a monstrous decline in value. And by that, what I'm calculating in some of the little segments of the umbrella. So if you look at Pelican Bay as an umbrella, and each little segment of the umbrella as each little sub HOA within the main HOA of Pelican Bay, everybody following me? Some of those segments are actually increasing in value. Others, I've calculated as much as 40% decline. 40%. And if you know Pelican Bay, it's not an inexpensive area to live. So why do I explain all this to you? So let me explain to you exactly what I mean. You know what? Let's get out the whiteboard. Let's do that. I'm going to move the light away here so maybe you can see a little bit better, okay? Here's my whiteboard. Let's see if you can see that. There's the sun. Here's the house that you want to buy in Naples, Florida. Okay, here's the house. Can we all see that? And let's say this house is on the market for $600,000 in Naples, Florida. Okay, so you have this great idea that what you're going to do is you're going to offer $100,000 off everything you look at, because you know that everything is priced $100,000 too high. Okay, fine. So you decide that you are going to make a $500,000 offer on that house because you determined everything's $100,000 too high. You know more than your agent. In fact, you didn't even want an agent. You went to the listing agent because you are from Michigan and you have bought and sold a lot of houses and you're not listening to any uneducated real estate agent. Fine. So you come in with your big time low ball because you got them this time at $500K. Here's the problem. There's a good agent over here trying to get your attention, and that good agent has comps that are showing that actually the real sales, because they're looking at tax records, they're looking at for sale by owners, they're looking at builder products that are not on the market. They show it's actually $412,000. That's the real number that this property should sell for. But you made an offer of $500,000. And of course, the seller here, they're going to be very, very happy to hand you the keys. So what just happened to you? Mr. Investor, who knows more than everybody in Michigan and would not hire an agent, is in a free fall. You are literally caught up in this void. Does that make sense? Does the whiteboard help? That's what I was trying to say, is so many people will say to me,
everything's $100,000 overpriced. Everything's $150,000 overpriced.
but you know what? What if it's worse than that? Because when you get up into those higher price points, sometimes it is far worse than that. And when you get in the lower price points, it might just be a factor of percentage. So what would be something you could do to not tell yourself alternative facts? And I'm putting the light on, you guys, just because I can see a little bit better. What would be something you could do to not get caught up in our friendly free fall here? Work with a good agent who you trust. I'm not telling you to go find some random on the website that rhymes with pillow. I'm not telling you to do that. Find somebody you trust. Find somebody that you interview. Ask them the hard questions. Ask them the questions that makes them squirm. Make sure they know what they're talking about. And at that point, then employ their services, because you don't want to be Earl from Michigan in a free fall. You do not. And it's happening to a lot of people right now. Why? Nobody knows what the basement is. Do you know what I mean? Nobody knows what that bottom number is. Am I opposed to throwing what we'll say low ball offers? See, I don't even like to say low ball, because what if it's just a fair market offer? What if you're so grossly, grotesquely overpriced, Mr. Seller, that it's not a low ball? It's actually a very realistic, fair number. So I am never opposed to running comps and saying, yeah, you know what? This is where this should be trading. And this one has Formica countertops and carpet in the bathroom. So yeah, yes, the location is good. And I agree with you that the location is good. But let's really look at the comparables, because you may think offering $150,000 is a great buy, but you know what? That even might be too high. So I tell you all this because I know there's a lot of people out there that don't trust agents, and that's totally fine. I'm not here to convince you to trust anybody, but everywhere, most people that are buying in Naples, Florida are not from Naples, Florida. Yes, you have some people that are moving, you know, from community to community, but most people are bringing what they know from their state up north to the real estate in Florida, and it is a totally different ball game. You really do have to look at the data and analyze it, and then the agent you're working with, it is their job to present that data to show, look, yes, your seller is on the market for $600,000. Yes, they're in a decent proximity to the Gulf of America. Yes, we all agreed. That's why we're here talking. But this is where it should be priced. So if we're making an offer close to here as opposed to here, it's not a low ball. It's a fair market offer, I would argue. So I hope that helps everybody understand that. Like I said, I'm always up for some good debate here on this channel, and I never want anybody getting caught up in that free fall like Earl.